Things never looked clear. Peace within never felt near. My brain's gone. It's turned to stone.
How's it going, guys? This is just going to be like a surprise type video. I didn't plan on doing any searching today or sourcing. Woke up this morning, I looked on Facebook, I saw a like a yard sale, fairly large one that was in my previous hometown. I also knew up in that area there's like a flea market that would usually happen around July 4th. So took a chance. We went up there. The garage sale I went to, yard sale, was actually pretty bad. It looked like a lot of dollar store new items. So I ended up going to the flea market. I went to some antique stores in the town and a garage sale, and came across some pretty interesting things. Like I said, it was kind of last minute, and didn't expect to find anything today, and end up finding some pretty cool things. So the first thing, I found this at a garage sale. This vintage hatchet. The blade is in pretty decent condition, and this was $10. And believe it or not, this is probably a $50, $60 hatchet. So that was a nice pickup. And then you saw in the little video I took beforehand, these came from an antique store downtown, and came across these little specialty plates. Have this Freemasons, and it was only $8. I found one completed on eBay that sold for $50. So you know, sometimes antique stores do underprice things. So it was only $8, so that's at least a $40 profit on that. And then they also had a Indiana one. I couldn't find any comparables to that, and that was only $5. That's probably another, I'm guessing, another $40 piece for that. So around $90 for 12 there. So I went to another antique store. This was actually next to the flea market, and bought two things in there. Got this old mechanical watch, a Beacon Vogue, and I think Ingersoll may have made these, and I'm guessing it's probably from the 1940s, and it does actually run. This is only $3, and I bought it because of the condition, and plus it was actually working. So that's not a particularly valuable watch, maybe $20 the most. But still, when I find mechanical watches that run, it's always a bonus. Then at the same antique store next to the flea market where I found the watch, I came across this. If you guys ever see these hats, these are very, very collectible, especially if you come across oddball cities, and obviously Fort Wayne is not a very common city for these. So I'll show you guys what comparable hats sell for. This was not marked, and I took it up to the cashier there, the owner actually. I asked him how much he wanted for the hat, and he said $2. So that was awesome find there. And I'll show you guys completed items on these type of hats. So as you can see, these are completed. So these generally sell for a couple $100s. So very, very good find there for $2. Very collectible. So I came across that at the flea market. They had some other vendors. They had a box that said free. So I found these vintage snapback hats, a Ford, and then a Ashland Chemical, and then a Prairie Farms. As you can see, they're deteriorating. But still cleaned up. These hats are probably worth between 20 and 40 bucks a piece. So great score for free. And then at the flea market outside, vendor had these. I was looking at them. He said $5 each. And then he's just said, how about three for 10? So I ended up coming across these. These are only G-Shocks he had, but these are basically brand new, old stock, kind of beat up boxes, G-Shocks. And they still sell for about 50 bucks a piece in this condition. So they still have the box, the paperwork. I'm guessing these are probably a couple years old, but still a great find for basically $3.33 a piece per watch. I might actually keep one of these as like a beater watch. The watch I'm actually wearing today is a G-Shock. It is missing the bezel. This is from 1987. And this is probably around a $200 watch in this condition. So G-Shocks are collectible. They do have a following. So ended up picking those up. And then just as a throw-in, they had this there. So I ended up getting this Nintendo Mario Brothers watch, is basically just a throw-in. And then I showed you the video inside. This is the downtown antique store. I never come across really vintage watches in antique stores. It's very common, and the watches are usually way overpriced. There was basically a large basket full of watches. Most of them were fashion watches, and almost all of them were women's watches. And the bottom of the container, I found these. So, and amazingly, most all of them work. I think the one pocket watch doesn't work very well. So these really don't have much value. Have an Ingram, and that one doesn't actually work. It works a little bit if you shake it. And then this one, this West Clocks, does have some damage there. That actually works. Have a Manson mechanical watch. It is running, but not a particularly valuable watch. Maybe a $10 watch. And then have a 1977 Timex. That one's running. If I actually polish the crystal, that might be a $20 watch. Again, I paid $5 for all of them. And then the best two watches have a Timex 30 pulsation, like a dive watch. It is running. Let's see. Yeah, it is keeping time. So I set this a couple hours ago, and it looks like the time is right on. So I think this is like a mid-size or maybe a lady's watch. Probably too small for me to wear. I looked up comparables. This is probably a $40 to $60 watch. And then probably also in that range, 40 to 60, maybe higher. I might get close to 75, possibly on this one. This is a Timex. They call them UFO watches. And that one's also running. So that was in with the other watches. So a great deal there for all these watches for $5. So that's less than $1 per watch. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching. Like I said, this is just kind of a pop-up video. I didn't plan on doing one today. Didn't actually expect to even go out today, but went out anyways. Thanks again, like I said, for watching, and all you guys that have subscribed, and I'll see you next time.